We have a function x squared minus 6 equals 8x, and the question tells us that this can be written in the form a plus square root b, where a and b are integers. The question asks us, what is the value of b? So when we look at this quadratic and we see this a plus square root b and it's talking about solutions, we can think of the quadratic formula because that's how we get this form, and we're also looking for solutions. So the quadratic formula is x equals negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c. And then this is all over 2 times a. Now, what are these a's, these b's, these c's? Well, our quadratic form, standard form, is ax squared, where a is the coefficient of x, plus bx plus c. So if we look at the equation we're given, we have x squared minus 6 equals 8x. Let's rearrange this into this ax plus bx plus c form so that we can more easily use the quadratic formula. So we have x squared minus, and if we subtract the 8x over, minus 8x, minus 6, and then that's equal to 0. Now we can use the quadratic formula. So we have x equals negative b, so negative times a negative will be a positive, 8x plus or minus. Now, it asks us for the positive solution, so we actually won't include the minus. So plus the square root of b squared, so negative 8 squared, minus 4 times a times c. So 4 times 1 times negative 6. And then that's all over 2 times a, which is 2 times 1. So if we look at the radicand, we see that we have negative 8 squared, which will end up being 64. And then we have negative 4 times 1 times negative 6. So 4 times 6 is 24. And we have this double negative, which will give us a positive. So we have 64 plus 24. So if we write this out, that would be 88, 64 plus 24, and this is over 2. Now if we look at the question, we don't have a denominator of 2 in this form, a plus square root b. So we'll need to manipulate this in order to get a form we want. Now, square root 88 is equal to the square root of 22 times 4. And if you're wondering why I did 22 times 4, well, we have this denominator of 2. And how do we get rid of that to match the original? Well, we can rearrange our radicand to get a square root 4 in there. And since square root 4 is equal to 2, that would make this 2 cancel out. So this would end up being 4x plus, and then we have the square root 22 and 2 out here because the square root of 4 is 2. So that moves to the outside of the radicand, and we're left with square root 22. And then this is over 2, and if we cancel out the 2's, then we get 4x plus square root 22. The question asks us for the value of b only, so we know a is 4 and b is 22. So the answer is 22.